everybody. Hello, James. Thank you for being here.
How are we doing?
Welcome to Tuscany. You said it's first time for you in Tuscany, right?
It is, yeah. We've been pretty close. I've been to Bologna, and Milan obviously is not far away. But this is the first time officially in the Tuscan region.
You have California without Americans.
California without the Americans. Yeah.
And you would stay a bit, right? You can stay here for a week or two and get relaxed.
Yeah, well, not this time, but I'm going to be coming back.
I was kidding because it told me that it's going to be yellow, white, right?
What's that?
Tomorrow you're going to be like...
The Isle of Wight tomorrow,
and then back down to Croatia.
And then back to Croatia, flying into Zagreb. It's hell of a life.
This guy's a smart guy. He said he checked on me on Google and he asked me a lot of questions before, so I'm really worried. But no. The most important thing is that he came here with an alcoholic beer. And this place is called the Hangover. So,
yeah.
Why the alcoholic beer?
I gave up drinking nearly 2 years ago.
Okay, send someone else, please.
That said,
is there any other musician who still drinks?
I did have a Negroni about 3 weeks ago.
Oh!
Yeah, I've stopped mainly. I have stopped drinking, but
why just okay?
If it's a drink I love, and I'm in a good bar, I'll allow myself one.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
But only one, and then I'm done. And it's no more beer, no more. Well, a good glass of wine occasionally, and a good cocktail I like.
No more beer. Okay.
It's definitely no more beer.
Definitely no more beer.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm obviously kidding. This is serious. It's really good that you have stopped drinking. Actually,
yeah.
I would. But anyway, the first question here is like a warm-up question. It's like, tell us everything about your worst or best hangover.
I mean the worst.
Something that you can say.
You know what? I never minded hangovers that much. I kind of.
You're fucking young.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. No, but they started to hit pretty hard. I'm not that young now. I'm like 35.
35. You're not that young. You're 35.
Yeah. The hangovers when you hit 30, they change. They're not the same. But I always found a hangover quite entertaining if you were in good company. The worst hangovers are when you're on your own.
Yeah. That's an important thing. Important.
Yeah, if you've had a good night and you're paying the price for it, I feel like you don't mind if the night was worth it. So the worst, if I could pick one, the reason I stopped drinking, I was kind of hungover since the band started. Drinking was never an issue for me until being on tour. And in the early days, drinking was a means of coping. We weren't being fed at that point. We were sustained on beer, and there was always drinks readily available, and there wasn't much money kicking around, so we were kind of comforting ourselves with drink, and half the band has stopped drinking now. It's changed.
Baby steps in the music industry.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's every night's a party, but we're not designed to party every night. You try, but at some point you got to go, what's more important?
Oh, God, I'd love to be designed to party every night.
Yeah, I thought I was cut out for it, but...
That would have been great. But, okay, let's go back to festivals. Before becoming a musician, I guess you've been, a festival goer, were you?
Yeah, I used to love festivals. My first festival that I went to was, Leeds and Reading are the big... sort of rite of passage festivals in the UK.
Tell me more about your first festival.
It's 2006 Leeds Festival. I just finished my GCSE. I left on the day I got my GCSE results. I don't know what the equivalent in Italy would be. That's like finishing high school.
Yeah, it's maturità.
Okay. Maturità?
Yeah, it's like being mature.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely wasn't mature at that age, but
no, you're not.
Yeah, we got in my best friend's big sister's car, and she drove us from Warrington, where I lived, straight to the festival. I had £10 on me, and lots of beer, and a gang of us from school that were into music had gone. The Arctic Monkeys played second from the top on the main stage, and Muse were technically the headliners, but it felt like Arctic Monkeys. For us, we didn't care about Muse. We were like, the Arctic Monkeys' first album had just come out. That was like the big thing. Who else did I see? I saw Klaxons.
Klaxons.
Yeah, I loved Claxons. They were on like the Carlington, which is like the small stage. They were on about 6 o'clock. I'm trying to see who else I saw.
You already knew you wanted to become a musician, a singer.
Yeah, and
Start a band.
playing Leeds Festival was on my. I had three things on my bucket list of starting a band.
Go ahead.
So first one was releasing a 7-inch. The second
did
was playing Leeds Festival,
You did
and
it.
the third was playing Jules Holland. So I did all three.
So it's basically
So
done. You
it's-
can
I'm
dispense
just
of the band.
So now I'm just sort of wallowing and sort of
Yeah, what's
wading
next
through
one?
life with no direction.
You're having a chatting with me. That would
Yeah,
be the
that was
fourth.
number 4. Yeah, if I'd known,
and
yeah,
I don't know. I mean,
20 years ago, if I'd
it's
known.
basically over.
It is. This is the pinnacle, I think.
Yeah.
This is where it ends for me. Yeah.
I remember when I was 35. Yeah. Let's talk about music a little bit. I think that your second. I mean, there's the thing. Second album, it's a nightmare. The second record, it's always
Yeah.
difficult.
People.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's in the history of music. It's bullshit anyway. I do think that your latest, it's really an evolution from the first one. I mean, I really love the sound.
Yeah.
Maybe some roughness and some classic post-punkish attitude.
Yeah.
But now with this more funky and dancey turn,
Yeah.
more on a rock dance stuff.
Yeah,
Reminds me a
absolutely.
lot of the beginning of the millennium. I mean, it's something I can really relate with, even though I'm like 18 years older than you.
Well,
Tell
music-
me,
yeah, good
tell
music's
me,
timeless.
yeah,
Yeah.
But tell me about this transition. I mean, this evolution, in your music.
Well, I think I mean, you keep saying I'm young and I don't feel young, which I guess may feel insulting to you.
Everything is relative,
but
I mean, there's
Yeah.
somebody there who can think I'm young. Yeah, like
Like-
Fabio. Look at it. It's a relic. It's like 8 years old. He
Hey,
thinks I'm young.
age is but a number. Do you feel young at heart?
Candid.
There you go. See, look, this is
Yeah,
Yeah.
his soul is candid.
that is all we need. As long as your soul is young,
I'm kidding. He's a friend, actually.
I guess that. I just kind of suss that out. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So yeah, but I think the music industry does thrive on youth, and I think there's two avenues for bands to take, and one is if a band breaks young and they capture a youthful energy that I don't think you can. There's a fearlessness in your late teens, early 20s, where you think you know best, and even if maybe because you probably don't have all the wisdom, there's something about that fearlessness that excites people, and that's why young bands kind of blow up and they capture a zeitgeist, and they're often the ones that struggle with second albums because this ferocious ball of fearlessness and this forthright just endless possibility that you can feel at that age when there's no failure, that you've not failed at that point. So if you capture a sound on the upswing and you become one of those bands that blows up, like the Arctic Monkeys or the Strokes or Blur or Oasis. I mean, I guess Blur kind of had a different route
Blur,
because they kind
I
of
would
took a
say
few
kind of
albums.
different, yeah,
Yeah.
slower.
But so that's the route we took. I think we'd all been in other bands, we'd all been around the block. We'd never really had much success, but in terms of like industry success. But then Yardak kind of happened, and at that point we didn't have that fearlessness in us. We were kind of quite cautious. I think we weren't expecting it to be our jobs at this point. We were doing art and music because we loved doing it, but we weren't anticipating everything that happened for us to happen. And so we kind of got put in the press kind of put us in sort of pigeonholed us in this kind of like post-Brexit sort of post-punk movement that was coming out of the UK, which we were fine to be affiliated with. We were more than happy for that, but I think we very quickly realised that we didn't want to be pigeonholed by that, and we knew that the second album was the chance we had to show everything else we'd learned and fallen in love with in all the intervening years. And that's why the second album's such a mess. And to me it is, but that was everything that record was meant to be, and we committed fully to the maximalist kind of everything in the kitchen sink thrown on that record. No genre was out of bounds. If we loved it, we were going to pay tribute to it with sincerity and love, and see if we could put it all together into one record. And it's, I don't think we'll repeat that, but for me, it was a really important record that we kind of said everything that you thought we were on album one, we're all this as well, and we don't know which parts of our souls and ourselves will explore again on the following thing. But right now, we're going to sort of, for us, it was for our own benefit to blow the doors wide open, really.
Yeah, well, I think the only bad thing is that if you actually make a good second record, then the third record would be the trouble.
Yeah, well,
just kidding.
Yeah, you're
No,
only
really
as good
curious
as your
to see
last
how
record.
how do you bring this Celtic anarchic attitude that does in this record on stage? I mean, the first one was more, let's say, coherent or
Yeah.
confined somewhere. But this one is, it goes everywhere, and you have a lot of more musicians and layers actually.
Yeah, and
How are you feeling with doing this record live?
Great, yeah. I mean, well, the other thing was that the way that we produced that second record was because of touring commitments. They were also restrained, so we couldn't actually write as a band. We'd get snippets of time together in sound check, but we never had any chance to go into a room and write together. So the whole album was kind of produced on laptops, on the back of tour buses, in hotel rooms, just when we had a chance, and it was all constructed like an electronic record because we couldn't play as a band. So then we had to. Well, one of the tracks actually was recorded in Italy, in Turin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, down by the stream. I wrote that when there was a thunderstorm in Turin. We were playing at a really good festival. Tomorrow something. That's the one. We were playing there
everything.
with Primal Scream and Arab Strap, and it was a wicked.
Oh wow, Primal Scream and Arab Strap.
Yeah, it was cool. We were knocking around. Italy seems to sort of like pairing us with Scots, which is pretty cool. Bobby was cool, man. It was great watching Primal Scream. We sat on the in front of the barrier, just looking directly up at them and watched the show. I love Primal Scream, and I love Arab Strap as well.
Just remember the day when it collapsed on me before going up on stage, and we had to stop the thing. And
Bobby did.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't.
Yeah,
surprise
Primal Scream,
me.
right? The golden age. Going back, you started the band, and then the pandemic happened.
Yeah.
So you had to stop a while and think about what you were doing. So I mean, did you lose any authenticity or a spontaneity in the first record because of this 2 years delay?
Well, I think we started the band, and it was Jay and Sam who play drums and guitar. Weren't in the band when we started. It was me and Ryan and two other guys, Sammy and George, who were great, but they had their own thing going on. And then we did 3 shows in Leeds, and then the pandemic hit. And we had 1 track recorded, which was just me and Ryan playing all the instruments on it, which was kind of like a glorified demo. And we put that out and carried on writing remotely. And it kind of led us down this path of being able to produce remotely. So one of the biggest sort of tricks of Yardak was that it wasn't really a band. Until after the pandemic ended, it was mainly me and Ryan trying to fumbling our way through, and then because it gained loads of traction in the UK on Six Music, which is like our alternative radio station. They kind of got really behind it and started supporting us. So we kind of just were feeding songs to radio, but we didn't play them live, and we didn't know how we were going to play them live. But in the interim, whilst that was happening, all the bookers and the promoters were getting excited for the world to reopen, so that we were getting booked for loads of festivals and shows, and we were just saying yes to them all because we were excited by it. But we didn't know how we were going to be a band at this point, and we kind of had to learn on our feet. We were sort of chucked into it July 2022. We kind of just started playing festivals, and we had 6 or 7 songs, and it was kind of like, skin of the teeth, seat of the pants, kind of just. We learnt on stage how to be a band. Yeah.
That's cool. Like learning, like to swim,
it was
being dropped in a.
Yeah, it was key.
in
It
a
was
pool.
key to it. It was, and there was some shoddy. I don't know. It was just exciting, and I think the key thing that I learnt from that was that I'd always been more particular when making music, and I'd kind of learnt from Yardak's kind of upswing that not trying so hard led us to more interesting spaces and seemed to resonate with people. There was a freeness to it
Yeah.
in that nonchalance that kind of helped us figure stuff out that I think if we'd been too meticulous might have killed some of that sort of energy that resonated with people. So that's kind of what happened. But then the band did get really good. Like Jay, Sam and Ryan just got so tight playing together because we played so many shows. And I think we really thought that would be the basis of album 2, would be a live band. But then we just had no time to do that. So again, the second album was the 4 of us writing it for the first time, but not as a band. So hopefully the next one will actually be a band playing together.
Yeah, but that's
We've been chasing our own
It's an
tails.
incredibly coherent story. I mean, the way in which the 2 records are so different.
Yeah.
It explains a lot what you're telling me.
Yeah, but they were done in the same way. That was this.
Yeah.
There's not actually.
But
We've not.
in between the 2, you've learned how to play on a stage.
Yeah, absolutely.
In a proper way. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I guess
So
we've
maybe you felt
expanded
more
that.
confident to use, different layers, more complex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so with the second album, because there was so many layers on it, I think when we relearnt the songs, because we couldn't play any of the songs live when we submitted the record, and then we went into quite intense rehearsals figuring out how to play these new songs live, the second album, and it was off the back of learning how to play them that we kind of realised that the layers aren't as important as the sort of essence. We could capture the heart of the song without having to have all the bells and whistles on it. Yeah. Because I'd like, truth be told, I prefer being in the studio and writing to playing live. And I enjoy playing live. I get a lot out of it. I'm looking forward to this evening. I enjoy being on tour and getting to sort of share those moments with people. But I'm happiest in a dark room fucking about and trying to discover something that excites me. So I see the recording process and the live process as 2 very different things, and I think songs can be 2 completely different things and still capture the essence of those songs. So that's kind of but because we did the second album in such a messy way, I think the third one I would like to be quite concise again. I think quite boring. Maybe it's boring, but it'll probably be the best of the first and the second mixed into a.
I can really relate to that. I do think that maybe your studio time, you appreciate that also because you know that there's gonna be or there has been a stage time, to spend. I mean,
yeah,
it's the same for me as a director when I'm on a set shooting. It's exciting, but also exhausting when I'm on myself editing.
Yeah, of course. Like, yeah. Well, the editing, that's like. Have you read that Rick Rubin book?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you enjoy it?
Not really. But
Right.
it's okay.
I mean, it's
Did you?
parts of it. I think it's kind of repeating the same mantra for 300
That's the
pages.
point. Yeah.
But there was one bit in it where he talks about pruning. You've grown, you sow these seeds, and you've grown this plant, and then the pruning stage is more important to some artists than others, and you can tell the artists that spend a lot of time on the detail, and I suppose editing is that's the same as sort of overdubbing and mixing. That was really important to me on the second album, was that curation and that craft. But I think this time I'm willing to try and capture a moment a bit more and let a bit more of the let the bush grow wild.
Okay, let the bush grow wild. Okay, any questions from you guys?
Stunned into silence.
Yeah.
That's fine.
No, nobody wants. No.
No.
You're intimidating, maybe.
I hope not.
Don't be. I mean, it's just a guy from Leeds, guys. They're just like us.
Yorkshire lad with a.
Does it? Oh.
Go on.
Come here. Dimmi.
It's my son. Yeah, yeah. But I think probably. The oh, really? Is this? It's not a reveal on camera, is it? If I
No,
address
it's not.
this,
It's not. Everybody knows.
you're
Everybody knows.
expecting. Congratulations. That's when are you due? October. Oh, you've got a little bit of time yet to plan all this out. Are you? Is this your first? Okay. Are you asking me for advice? um, the best thing about having a kid is that it makes you realise that everything else isn't that important. You can love what you do with your life, and you can pour your heart into it, but it's never going to be as important as them. And so it shifted my whole world perspective, and it relaxed me a lot, actually. Having a child made me realise I have one job, really, and that's just to make sure that I raise them safely, they grow up strong and happy, and that they know that they can do what they want in this world, and I try and bestow my morals upon them. That's all there is to it, really. The main part is mainly just sort of cleaning up after them, though. It's largely hoovering more than you would. It's all the other stuff's not as important, and that's cool. Yeah, I still love making music. This is the thing. I can get quite obsessive and ambitious with music to the point where I don't let it leave my head, and I'll go home at the end of the day and I'll still be thinking about it. But having them as a worthwhile distraction reminds me that the other shit just happens. Like that's it doesn't matter. Just looking after them is all that matters. But music's pretty fun as well. I'm glad I get to do it.
On this extremely sweet and how can I say? It's more than sweet. It's like a hug you give us.
A warm
hug,
Italian hug.
Yeah.
Well, Leeds hug.
But I do agree with you. I had my
Theoretically.
first when I was 36, so I mean, that's okay. Thank you, James. Looking
Massimo,
forward
thank
to-
you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Grazie
No,
mille.
thank you.
Cheers. Thank you.